in session, trustees, shepherds, small group leader, ministry leader, prayer ministry person, or you just had like to come tonight, Michelle is going to be here and lead us through a time to help us to grow closer to the Lord. Thanks for being here, Michelle.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, why don't you just tell us what you want to tell us about what's going on with your ministry now?
Okay, well, good morning. It's always good to be here at Northside. I love coming here every time. I feel very welcome and very loved. And I know there's a lot of new faces, and hopefully I'll get to meet you. But there's been a lot of exciting changes since I was last here. The Lord has moved me originally 7 years ago, and God called me to be a missionary. I was at the International House of Prayer as an intercessory missionary, just being in the place of prayer, ministering to the Lord. And so thankful. Those 5 years were foundational in just learning what is prayer. How do you hear the voice of God? How do you just connect your heart to Him? And it's just, again, a foundational season. And then 2 years ago, the Lord moved me from Kansas City to Atlanta, Georgia, where I now live. And I was working with a global missions organization called Operation Mobilization. They do a wide variety of work, and that really opened the door for international travel and ministry for me to lead teams and so on. And about a year ago, the Lord invited me to a new adventure. He asked me to launch out on my own and to start my own nonprofit. It's called His Jewel. It's a women's ministry to restore women to life, to freedom, and to wholeness. And so I really have the privilege of working with women locally and internationally, and the whole ministry really comes out of my personal testimony. I'm going to dance it today for you. I get to share my testimony through drama and dance and speaking, and I also just minister life and wholeness through arts, through painting, through dance, and just a way of making the heart come alive. And so that's a little bit of what's going on right now.
That's great. So you're going to dance your testimony.
I am, and I've
never done that before.
You should try.
We are looking for that.
Give them a banner. You know, when I was first asked to dance my testimony, I also felt the exact same way. How do you even do that? And the Lord chose this song. He said, Michelle, I want you to dance with 3 of the silks that you've painted. And this silk represents all of my past, with all of its pain and all of its brokenness. And this silk represents all of my future, with all the unknowns of God, but all the promises of God. And this silk represents God's ever-seeing eye that was always on me and has always, always been on you. Because, you know, when I think about the jewel and about a diamond, and, you know, the way a diamond is formed, it's through the crushing. It's through the pressure. It's through the suffering. And I have become, in a sense, a student of suffering. And the Lord has just spoken to me and said, none of it's in vain. Every wound, every hurt, every disappointment, I'm beautifying you, I'm strengthening you. And so just as an encouragement that wherever you're at today, any suffering or any feeling of being crushed, to know that God's eye is on you. That He sees you today, He's always seen you, and He knows every detail of your life. And He comes to restore and bring life today.
You have seen, and you will see. You